Let you all open all your three eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
In this sacred manual of power manifestation, which serves as a scriptural authority containing the Shastra Pramanas, eternal unchangeable truths, Apta Pramanas, Atma Pramanas, Sakshi Pramanas, and Prataksha Pramanas, we present to you the various powers of Paramashiva. By this, we place before humanity the supreme authenticity of the power manifestation science established by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness Nithyananda Paramashivam. Paramashiva has systematically revealed these powers in their purest forms as various techniques and revelations to experience pure oneness with Paramashiva. As a direct experience of oneness with Paramashiva, his Shaktis powerfully manifest in an initiated being at different levels of human consciousness, physicality, physiology, psychology, and neurology permanently. We offer these power manifestation manuals to celebrate your experience of oneness with the Supreme Paramashiva. Nithyanandam.
Nithyanandam, Jnana Paddhati Manual, under the guidance of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadusham Tattvamasyaadilakshya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is power manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself explaining what is power manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turiyatita, in your whole being and doing. Manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, playing with life, playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Now let's understand who is Paramashiva. Bhagavan himself has beautifully explained the Paramashiva in all of us.
Paramashiva does manifestation, maintenance, rejuvenation, pulling out of delusion and liberation. He resides in his supreme Paramashiva Swarupa as Ajomuha or Adhomuha, unborn, beyond form, formlessness. Is Paramashiva Swarupa. That Paramashiva Swarupa manifests with these 5 faces as Sadashiva, Tatpurusha, Vamadeva, Ahora, Satyojata, Ishana. 5 faces he manifests and does the Panchakritya, Srishti, manifestation, Sthiti, sustenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Trobhava, pulling out of delusion, Anugraha, liberation. Understand? He does all these 5 jobs. Through these 5 phases. Now listen carefully. Tatpurusham, Vamadevam, Satyojatam, Ahoram, Ishanam. These 5 phases does Panchakrityas. Each phase, each dimension is not just one F-A-C-E phase, P-H-A-S-E phase. It's not just F-A-C-E, P-H-A-S-E. Understand? The creation, not just creation getting created, even sustenance need to be created, destruction need to be created, and pulling out of delusion need to be created, liberation need to be created. Then creation, manifestation need to be maintained. Maintenance, sthiti itself need to be maintained. Destruction, samhara, the rejuvenation need to be sustained, maintained when it is happening. Pulling out of delusion, trobhava, need to be maintained when it is happening. And anugraha, liberation, need to be maintained when it is happening. Those micromilliseconds when it is happening. So understand, Satyojata Murti as 5 phase, Ishana Murti as 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti as 5 phase, Agora Murti has 5 phase, Tatpurusha Murti has 5 phase. So, Tatpurusha Murti as is 5 phase, Agora Murti has is 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti has is 5 phase, Satyojata Murti has his 5 phase, Ishana Murti has his 5 phase. All these 5 Murtis, 5 phases put together is 25 phases of Mahasadashiva.
Bhagavan beautifully explained Paramashiva. Now, who is His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam? Let's hear from Bhagwan himself. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam is a reviver of Kailasha, the ancient Enlightenment civilization, the great cosmic borderless nation. Is an avatar from and is a Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam has made science of our manifestation, yoga, temple-based university for humanity, Sovereign Order of Kailasha, led by His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam and Nithyananda Order of Monks, Nuns, Hindu diasporas are working for global peace to give superconscious breakthrough to humanity. Nithyananda Hindu University, world's largest with extended campus in 150 countries, is collecting, organizing, preserving, time-capsuling, decoding, spreading and reviving 20 million source books of Hinduism and 64 sacred arts, science like Ayurveda, music, dance, sculpting, astrology, Vastu, and many more. His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam is 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Shamalapita Sarvanyapita, ancient apex body of Hinduism and present emperor of Suryavamsa Surangi Swamrajyam. His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam has survived the worst persecution of multiple assassination attempts on person and character by anti-Hindu elements. Beautifully, Bhagwan now explains who is His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Everything is infinitely powerful. You realize your potentiality. You establish yourself in the completion, space of completion. You are God, that's all. All of us are gods. The first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degree. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience the skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting and the skin of this body. Both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. Sangha is a place where the tattvas are taught to you, and till it becomes satya, you are supported. Akhadas are basically founded by Sadashiva himself. All is ganas, Shiva ganas. Exactly the word gana means. In your length, breadth, depth, if you are filled by Shiva, you are Shiva gana. All the Shiva ganas formed the first Akhada. Later on, much later, Kapila Muni organizes Mahanirvani Akhada. Then all other Akhadas. Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Akhada, the oldest apex body of Hinduism, I welcome every one of you. What I am teaching is from original Agamas Yogapada. The science very clearly declares, Sadashiva is very clear, manifestation of these powers happen when you experience oneness with Sadashiva. choose your guru, the best thing is find a person who is enlightened, experienced, who can play with energy, who can directly transmit experience to you, and who is in tune with the original Shastras, the source of the knowledge. All the revealed scriptures available about the yoga directly by Sadashiva for you to do research, study, practice, question the people who teach.
The science of power manifestation is a gift to the humanity which is authentic, time-tested, scientific and foolproof. Diksha or the initiation from His Divine Holiness Nithyananda Paramashivam makes the science directly an experience for the initiates. The experience is directly authenticated by the Pramanas. The Shastra Pramanas, the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Veda and Agamas. The Apta Pramanas, the experience of the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nayanamars, Alvars and Siddhars, who are the authority of Hinduism, who have scientists who time-tested and verified the science of power manifestation. The Atma Pramanas are the avatar who land on the planet Earth to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar, personal experience of power manifestation. Shakshi Pramanas are the experience of the millions of disciples, devotees and followers initiated into the science of power manifestation by Bhagavan himself. Pratyaksha Pramanas are the scientific studies which can be measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state.
Powerful cognition from Shiva Sutra, Bhagavan Satsang.
You can give your own meaning for the incidents because thoughts are there before your awareness. You are ready with your judgment. See, the same thing can interpret in both two ways. One way you can say she is such a nice person, she was there around you. And the other way you can say she is the bad luck. You will not be very clear if your mind is there in front of your awareness. According to me, in the whole universe, only there are two kinds of people. One whose mind is there before their awareness. Second, whose awareness is there before their mind. If your mind is there before your awareness, mind your mind, you need treatment. You need meditation. No medication will help you. Let you be very clear. No medication will help. Anyhow, you can see the same thing in a different way. If you are already ready, if you are prepared with your judgment, you will not be able to see the truth. There is a beautiful definition, one more definition about the husband. Husband is a person who stands by, who is around you, who stands for you in all the problems which you face in your life, which you will not have if he is not there in your life. Which you won't have if he is not there in your life. Anyhow, if you are ready with your judgment, nothing can be done. If your third eye is not awakened, if you are not aware enough of the life, your mind will be before your awareness. Here Shiva says, let you be centered on the Ajna, third eye. Let your awareness be before your thoughts. Let your awareness be before your thoughts. Let you be aware even before your thoughts rise in your inner space. Form filled with breath essence to the top of the head and there shower as a light. This is a beautiful meditation technique. He is now explaining about the meditation technique. Before entering into the technique, Let me explain what exactly this technique is supposed to do for us, how to practice, and what exactly this is going to do for us. Do we really need this technique? As I was telling you, we are constantly suffering with 120-degree vision, not only in the outer world, even in your inner space. You are not clear about things because before you see them, thoughts are there. The moment thoughts rise, vision is distorted, completely distorted. You don't see things as they are. You don't experience things as they are. Let you be very clear, your mind is so powerful, your thoughts are so powerful, anything can be distorted into anything. You can see in your own life, the moment you lose faith on somebody, the moment the trust is lost, anything will be twisted to anything. Even simple things can be twisted into different way. As long as you have trust, you have faith, even bad things you will start justifying. You will judge as something right. When you don't have that trust, when you don't have that faith, even good things you will start judging in a bad way. Your inner space will not be able to experience anything straight. You will not be able to relate with anything directly. Now, by creating awareness on the third eye, if you can have the vision, when I say vision of 360 degree, not only you will be able to see everything, you will be able to see things clearly without judgmental attitude, without judging them, without passing judgment, without giving some idea before you study about it. That's a big problem. You see, judging something before analyzing, you don't know how many things you lose in your life. When you judge something before you analyze, I have seen so many people. Let me tell you a small incident which really happened in my life. Once in the Paddhati ashram, in our Bangalore ashram, I was sitting on a rock outside without any paraphernalia, no secretary, no assistants. I was sitting alone and enjoying that cool breeze. One elderly Pandit came. He has not seen my photograph, he has only heard about me. He came to me and asked, I want to see Swamiji, where is the Swamiji? I understood the scene and then said, please go to the meditation hall, he will come. He will come to the meditation hall at 4 o'clock. Around 4 o'clock I got ready and went to that hall. I was about to sit in my chair. He said, no, I want to see the big Swamiji. I said, Arey, what can I do? I told him, in this ashram I am the big Swamiji. Please understand. No, I want to meet Nithyananda Swamiji who healed my cousin. I told the name of the person who got healed. Is the person? Yes, I am the person who healed him. To tell you, really was not able to relate with me. He knows somebody has been healed and he knows logically everything is clear, but he is not able to relate because he is a great Pandit. Somehow in the Pandit's mind, the knowledge is always associated with the age. Especially in my field, spiritual field, the basic 2-3 things are their trademark. Big belly, long face and long beard. These are all trademarks. And beard and that long face and the big belly, all these things. Somehow he was not able to relate with me. Again he is insisting, no, I wanted to see that big Swamiji, Nithyananda Swami healer. Then I have to take the ultimate step. I told him, see, Here is the cutout. See what is written below. Paramahamsa Nithyananda. Look at me. See, I am the face. I can't tell anything more. And we don't have habit of carrying ID card. I don't have ID card. And you will be surprised. He did not talk to me and he went away. Really, he went away. He said, no, I am not interested in talking to you. I came to put some questions. I want to clarify some doubts. I have some doubts. I wanted to have answer for those doubts. And he went away. He did not talk to me. See, when you have judgment, some idea, you will miss the whole life itself.
Bhagavan gives a clarity on how judgment is our opinion, our knowledge, which comes as a hindrance to our awakening of third eye. Let's go to the Shastra Pramana.
The Shastra Pramana for the power of third eye awakening is taken from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 34, Dharana 11. Kapala antarmanonyasya tishthanmilita lochanah kramena manaso dādhyāt lakshaye lakshamuttamam. Kapalantarmanonyasya tishthanmilita lochanah kramena manaso dādhyāt lakshaye lakshamuttamam.
Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 34, Dharana 11. By fixing the mind on the inner space within the crown center and sitting stably without any movement, having the eyes closed in succession, by that stability of the mind and inner space, through the power of third eye, one directly sees the ultimate goal, Lakshyam, by having the vision beyond the sight that reveals any object or the place attaining the space of oneness with the Supreme Paramashiva. Bhagavan beautifully said how, based on the judgment and our knowledge and our past and our fear and greed, creates so much of incompletion that we are not able to deliver what we want in life, and making more and more confusion and contradiction, which leads to frustration, boredom, and tiredness. But Bhagavan beautifully says, when you drop all these patterns and surrender yourself to Paramashiva, the basic space of you, the very nature of you, simply you'll manifest as powers. Adi Shankara had so many disciples and devotees, and he was taking care of them, and all of the learned who were amazing acharyas who wanted to listen to Adi Shankara one day. But Adi Shankara kept on saying, I need this one disciple who has to come, and then only I'll start the class. But then the disciples said, anyway, he does not understand anything. Why do you want him? We are the people who understand and conduct the classes and all the things we do. Please go ahead with your satsang. Adi Shankara just looked at them and said, okay, now see what happens. And he called his very sincere disciple who does not understand by knowledge, but just by mere devotion and constant remembrance of Adi Shankara and pure space of oneness with Adi Shankara, he was able to just manifest powers and simply make it happen. Adi Shankara called his disciple Padmapada across the river. Padmapada was so excited that his name was called finally, and he ran over the water, not even realizing it was water. And everywhere he put his foot, the water had to put the lotus to hold his feet, because of the space that he was ultimate. He just had a pure surrender and simply he was able to gain the master's grace. Only if you're constantly living in the humble space, humble Bhagavan beautifully says, less of I and more of the aham, the self, just being with the who you are, the Paramashiva who's manifesting through you in gratitude, then the whole different space opens up and manifests as powers. So beautifully he said how the judgment should not be taken by in our life, but just being in the surrender of the Guru. Simply he will manifest, whether it's making a coffee or critical decision in your life, it will simply manifest as Shakti. We'll move to the Apta Pramana. Apta Pramana for reading.
Apta Pramanas are the authorities of Hinduism, the Vedic rishis and scientists who time-tested and verified the science of power manifestation. Here, this is from the Miracles of Sri Raghavendra Swami, Chapter 7. Power of Third Eye, reading the paper inside the book by Blindfolded. Siddhi Masood Khan ruled the city of Adoni. On his conquest, he received a couple of letters. He could barely decipher the language, and the people around him could not decipher it as well. He sighted a shepherd nearby and asked him to read the complex letter. Venkana was an illiterate man living in a simple life. He was shocked at the command of the king. In fear, all he could remember was his guru, Sri Raghavendra. The very next moment, he fluently started reading the letter, even without his own knowledge. Beautiful how an unknown language he was able to just read the letter with such a beautiful fluency. When he connects to the master, simply downloaded with him. Let's go to the Atma Pramana. Atma Pramana are Leelas of Bhagavan. Bhagavan narrates, I am a sadhu because I was a sadhu. He did not beat me. He told, do you know this is Shiva? I worship. He appeared in my dream and told, you are lying on him. Truth really. Understand? So that's why he came here and he bought a small pillow. That's another and beautiful thing. He brought pillow to lie down on. Have this pillow and put that Murti back. From 1 mile he was lying down in his home. He says he had a dream. Shiva had told that one sadhu is lying on me. Take that, and he brought a pillow and told me to put brick on the other side. We don't know who all are having connection to what all. Just his deep love for that ordinary brick which is used for construction can create a telepathy power in his understanding. Bhagavan himself narrates.
The next level of love. For example, if you experience very low level of love, a crude form, just the physical level, if you really experience without any layer between you and that experience, suddenly that very experience makes you go to the next level, the higher level. That is why in Tantra, they say, even if you go through a physical experience without any conditioning, simple, pure experience, suddenly you will see you are transported to the higher dimension of love, higher dimensions of love. So, whether it is lower or middle or higher or highest, any form, if the love is experienced, it leads you to the higher level. But without experiencing, if you are just intellectualizing, just going on thinking, even if you are thinking about the highest form of love, just thinking will not make you experience. So, that is why I feel more comfortable to say love is God than Prajnanam Brahma. Prajnanam Brahma means the knowledge, consciousness, that is God. Both mean same. When you say whether love is God or consciousness is God, both mean same. But the word love is God can be more applied in your life. The word love is God is not just a declaration, it is a technique also. If you start experiencing love, even in the lowest form, directly, it will lead you to the higher and higher and higher spaces. If you are only intellectualizing, conceptualizing, thinking about the love even in the highest form, it won't be leading you anywhere. That is why the people who go on thinking the Prajnanam Brahma, consciousness is God, knowledge is God, superconsciousness is God, they go on creating the different intellectual layers, but never experience love. Only a personalities like Shankara who experienced love, when he says Prajnanam Brahma, it is experience, it is truth. Ordinarily, without experiencing the love, if you just go on repeating the word, the higher consciousness is God, Prajnanam Brahma, it is just nothing but a word, verbal game, pandits playing. So, first start experiencing the love even if it is in the lowest form. Whatever form it is available in your inner space, start living it. Our senses have lost the death can have me or attachment to life can have me. Both are actually one and the same. If the attachment to life, if the possessiveness takes over the love is dead. So if the possessiveness is taken over, if the possessiveness takes over the love, if the love is taken over by the possessiveness, it is death. So Shankara says, at least in death, allow me to be as I am. He requests the possessiveness. He requests the attachment to life. Suddenly attachment to life understands, yes, I am destroying him. Anyhow, if I stay with him, he will be destroyed. Let me move out. Let me relax. Let me settle down. Please understand, whenever you possess your lover, you are killing the love in him or her. You are reducing that person to an ordinary person. The joy which you had around him or her will simply disappear. Possessiveness reduces beings into matter.
Now let's go to Shastra Pramana. Shastra Pramana are the experience of millions of devotees, disciples all over the world experiencing the power of third eye. Here we have the demonstration of the third eye reading.
Do lots of thing called the midbrain activities and all that. But today I'm going to be showing what it is different. What is the difference of it being a normal midbrain activity, which is just a mere possibility, and power, the awakening of third eye, when the Shakti manifests, and what happens when the Shakti manifests, and what happens when you normally manifest a Siddhi. So today, I have Shri Nitya Shivashankarananda Maharaj, one of the Balasans of Nithyananda Gurukul, who is an extraordinary power manifester, be it Akashic readings or be it third eye. So he's from Malaysia, and today he is going to be there with us to show the power of third eye awakening. And I'm going to be calling upon one of the volunteers to come and experience and test this power of third eye. Now you can give him the writing pad. You're done? Okay.
Let not the mistakes of yesterday nor the fear of tomorrow spoil your day.
You can show it to the camera. Yeah. This is just one of the expressions which happens when your third eye is awakened. And the difference is this expression of Shakti gives you the ability to grasp, and it does not dull in you just how people think, because it's a power. It is not a mere midbrain activity, but it is an expression, the power of third eye. And this gives you the extraordinary confidence.
We will now begin the Pratyaksha Pramana, scientific studies on the avatar. It is important to realize that Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam is the only avatar who has agreed to be scientifically evaluated, both in terms of his own body as well as the changes he brings about in other beings. However, it is astonishing to know that his avataric attributes and powers are exactly as defined by the 5,000-year-old Hindu yogic sciences. After extensive observation and study, now it is being tested and proven by modern science also. So now, let us take a look at how the scientific studies present the measuring of effect of being in the enlightenment state through the very imaging brain activity of Bhagwan himself, Jagat Guru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, whom we lovingly address as Swamiji. Swamiji himself has been subject to scientific studies since year 2004, and over the past decade, enormous amount of data about not only his altered states of neurophysiology, but that of his disciples as well has continued to be recorded. This impressive array of data will be presented systematically now as the Pratyaksha Pramana. Imaging brain activity. The result of Swamiji's PET scan test was stunning. The dominant hemisphere of Swamiji's brain was more than 90% shut down. It was as if Swami's brain had packed up and gone on vacation. It was quiet and still, completely at peace, and Swami had made it so at will. The region, which is starting point of the Anya chakra or third eye, lower portion of his mesial frontal area, lighted up in a very significant way. When we later asked Swami what he was doing when the mesial frontal lobes lighted up, he said he was opening his third eye. Source taken from Avatar Shastra, Chapter 1 and Introduction, page 47. The third eye is considered to be, by many, seat of the soul. Were we seeing an indication that deep meditation can open an area of the brain responsible for communicating with the divine? Looking deep into the mysteries of self or creation, the PET scan revealed what Dr. Murali calls the brain's D spot, standing for delight, the divine, or even dopamine, the chemical through which our bodies experience pleasure. Initial indications are that meditation can stimulate it.
Dr. R. Murli Krishna, President COO, Integris Mental Health, James L. Hall Jr., Center for Mind, Body and Spirit, Oklahoma in US, and his team invited Nithyananda to derive scientific evidences for meditation and the state of his enlightenment.
Usually the brain is so active, there are 100 billion brain cells there. But what meditation does is something very interesting. It shows the frontal lobes getting more active. The frontal lobe is where you have judgment, wisdom, reasoning. Here are some of the brain scans I'm going to share with you. This is alert, non-meditative state. The second one is 30 minutes into 30 minutes meditation. Look at the frontal lobes, how they light up. They light it up big time. 60 minutes of deep meditation, and here is a deep, deep level of meditation where it lights up significantly right here, right in the middle, probably 1.5 inches, 2 inches deeper.
From time immemorial, it is believed that great masters are always in the state of bliss or causeless happiness. They are unconditionally happy. With modern sophisticated equipments, we are able to detect this truth. The dopamine secretion is always abundant in the case of Paramahamsa Nithyananda.
The D really stands for divine spark. The D also stands for delight, and the dopamine as well. What's also interesting is that he could, at will, go in and out of the state. So we asked Swamiji when he came from the scanning room, when we saw this one, we asked Swamiji, what were you exactly doing when so and so thing happened? He didn't know what was there. He did not see the pictures yet. He said, really interestingly, there were 3 people there, and he said, I opened my third eye. And that's stunning because I learned about third eye as a child, but didn't read about it for a long time, what it is today. But what he said was, I asked him to describe more in detail what does he mean by third eye. And he said, it's a deep meditative state. It's probably very, very deep state. But he said, it looks like a small petal on one side going and joining. Another side, another petal comes and join together, and then it becomes the third eye. Like a blissful state that you experience when you open third eye. So that's really a very, very interesting and fascinating finding. And we're going to talk about it for a long time.
The title of this paper does not mean that it is possible to close one's eyes and read a newspaper, but it means that a sentence can be read with the eyes closed when that sentence is properly presented to the eyes. It also means that a picture can be seen with closed eyes when a properly prepared picture is presented to the eyes. This is accomplished by making use of the X-rays to stimulate the retina. Everyone can have this retina stimulated by X-rays and see the light. Over 100 observers have been tested and everyone has been able to read letters with closed eyes. The method is extremely simple. The first essential is that the observer must remain in total darkness for 10 minutes. By the time he's able to see light when X-rays strike his retina, he may not be able after 10 minutes to see letters, but he will after 15 minutes in the dark. After 20 minutes, he can see and read the letters and see pictures. Source from Reading with Eye Closed, National Center for Biotechnology Information.
Setting up the list of items which is required for the third eye reading inside the book. Get few books, third eye bands, and pencil and paper, Jnana camera with a timestamp. Let us set the camera up with the download timestamp app. Click on the video, ensure the time is shown clearly on the screen. Make sure the camera is facing you and in a wide angle in a very bright place. And make sure the camera is rolling from the time you wear the eye bands up to the time you show in the camera that you have manifested the powers. Make sure the place is very quiet and very bright so that the camera captures all the moments very beautiful. The camera should capture what you're writing, what your books are showing, the lines that are showing in the books, and also the eye bands, how you're wearing it. Please make sure the camera covers everything. Guidelines to manifest the powers. Turn on the video camera. Apply the Jnana on third eye. Bring the awareness on your third eye. Wear the eye band in such a way no light enters into your eye. Have the book closed and select a paper inside. One of the papers or one of the sheets inside. Pen down the words which you see through your third eye. When done, verify those papers with your words that you have mentioned, if it matches exactly, you're manifesting the powers. If you're just feeling the Kundalini energy, very few words are revealed from that. Wonderful, you have started manifesting. Start celebrating this with sharing with the world. You will start manifesting more and more powers of Paramashiva. Verify that videos are fine, authentic, and share the video with your friends and families with powerful cognition, and listen to others' videos for experiencing the entanglement of manifestation.
Power manifestation instructions. Let's sit straight, the head, neck, and back in a straight line, so that beautifully the Kundalini energy raises to the Agnya where the manifestation happens. Usually, our awareness is on Muladhara, Swadhisthana, and Manipuraha, where navel center, your below navel center. Here, bringing the awareness to your third eye and sitting straight will give us amazing possibility of power manifestation. Now let's understand few words that Bhagavan is repeatedly using. Shaktipada, oneness, be unclutched, initiation. So here first we will see in Bhagavan's words what is Shaktipada.
Let me give an introduction about what is Shaktipada process. Please understand. You would have seen or heard about how the chicken sits on the egg and hatches. Of course, in the modern countries, this does not happen. Machine sits on the egg and or egg sits on the machine. In those days, originally when hens and chicken were getting produced on the planet Earth, the hen used to sit on the chicken and hen used to sit on the egg, and the chicken will come out of the egg. See, same way, Sadashiva sitting means the ultimate cosmic energy sitting on the individual soul and making the individual soul into cosmic energy is Shaktipada. Hen sitting on the egg and making the chicken happen, same way. You may think, how come, what is going on here? That hen is only sitting just by the body heat of the hen, the egg is becoming chicken. Because no surgery is done and nothing goes inside. It's only sitting. Same way, it is just sitting. It's only the presence. The Shaktipada makes the individual soul into cosmic soul.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained Shaktipada, how individual soul becomes cosmic soul. And let's listen to initiation.
You see, let me explain the initiation. Initiation is the process beyond your intellectual understanding. The transmission of lamp happens. Now, you understood something intellectually. There is something which is not understood, which can't be transmitted through the words. That is transmitted. That's what we call initiation. Sometimes I tell people that unless you are initiated, the techniques do not create the result. The reason is you do not grasp completely whatever is expressed through words. Initiation is like it just transmits whatever need to be transmitted beyond logic and beyond words. People ask me why to wear this bracelet or this mala and all those things. This all will remind you. Why bracelet in the hand? It will remind you, before eating, did you meditate?
It's a constant reminders. Before eating, let you be reminded, did you do the meditation? That is why this bracelet. That is why this mala. That is why this external things. Sometimes this external things does a big job of reminding you constantly. That is why take the help of external things also, nothing wrong. People ask me, why we can just be spiritual without having external things? If you can, really you are welcome. But I don't think anybody who speaks in that way is successful. I've never seen people becoming successful, avoiding the external things, just having internal things. And it is just a nice way of escaping from yourself.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained initiation. Let's listen to be unclutched. What is to be unclutched?
The thoughts, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Because the gap between two thoughts is too small. The neutral space between the two thoughts is too small. You think all the thoughts are connected and it is in the shape form. It is not. By your very nature, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Between every thought, you experience a neutral space. When you change the gear, whether you go from neutral to 1 or 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 or 4 to whatever gears you may change, but every time you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to the next gear. Even if you want to go from 2 to 3, you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to 3. Same way, between every thought, you experience a neutral space. You experience a neutral space between every thought. Between every thought. That neutral space, that silence is what I call peace or bliss. The peace which exists, the bliss which exists already in you, between every thought, the gap of the thought, the gap between the thoughts, that neutral space is the peace, is the bliss. When you understand you are unconnected, independent, illogical, and unclutched, by your very nature, you will start experiencing the neutral space in you, neutral space which exists in you. You will start living from moment to moment in spontaneity. We need to understand one more thing. This technique of being unclutched, it does miracles in your being. In the body level, or in the mental level, or in the being level. In every level, when you understand the truth, by your very nature, you are unclutched. The tremendous quantum transformation. You take a quantum jump. The transformation happens in quantum, not step by step. Just one jump. You take a quantum jump and experience the truth awakening in you.
The oneness space is the most beautiful space that Bhagavan himself is explaining how we are ferocious. Beyond the tiredness and boredom, we can experience the space of oneness and be unclutched.
Oneness is not imagination. Oneness is not visualization. Oneness is not even just declaration. It is your existence. An idea which is you is oneness. The idea which has become part of your very space, which does not tire you or bore you by the passage of the time, is oneness. Mahadeva says in the Agama, Sadashiva beautifully explains in the Agama, Kala, Yama cannot tire you or bring boredom to you if something becomes your space. Devi achieved the blissful state and union with Mahadeva on Shivaratri day because our space became oneness. Anything which brings tiredness or boredom has not yet become your space. If living in this body brings you tiredness and boredom, you are not going to be living in this body forever. When that becomes too much, you are going to drop it and move ahead. If you want to be in oneness forever, it should become part of your space, means you should become ferocious with you and break this very tiredness and boredom. Only when you deal you with the ferociousness, you break the tiredness and boredom. With that ferociousness, you need to make oneness as your space. Anything stands as an imagination in the length level, visualization in the breadth level, declaration in the depth level. If you open your time with ferociousness, it just sinks into space level. With this ferociousness, the time layer in you opens, and the oneness from imagination to visualization to declaration, it becomes your space, the way of existence.
The most important, Bhagavan says, being unclutched, understanding the Shaktipada, the oneness space, and chanting the Mahavakya. The Mahavakya, the power of the Mahavakya pushes you into the higher states of consciousness. Here Bhagavan himself explains how we can experience the Shaktipada, raised higher consciousness through Mahavakya.
It's one of the very important revelation by Sadashiva. All the electronic equipments work when the electrons are made to vibrate. That happens by the light. When the electricity is supplied, the light particle vibrates, the electronic equipment starts working. Just like that, the spiritual power and the umbilical cord connection, spiritual umbilical cord connection between you and me, it works with sound particle. For example, my integrity with the cosmos, Sadashiva, Mahasadashiva, it reverberates in certain level of frequency. When you are integrated to me, you also start reverberating in the same frequency. If your integrity goes down, that is when you start connecting with me only as a manager or this organization head or your Purvashram father, mother. Your connection with me goes down to the lower level if the integrity gets reduced. I was wondering, what is the way we can bring people to the higher integrity immediately and the feeling connection? So they start manifesting the powers. They start staying in the space of Sadashivatva. Sadashiva revealed a beautiful sound. I can tell you, this is like a password. At any point, if you are not able to bring yourself to oneness, you are a little shaken, disturbed, or for some reason, you are not able to bring yourself to oneness. This is like a password. You type, whether your mind feels connected or not, the energy will start flowing in you beyond the depth dimension. You see, all mind oscillation, restlessness, all mental idea-based feeling connected or not feeling connected is only length, breadth, depth level, not in the space level. But this sound will straight infuse energy from the space level. Like for example, if the power goes off, automatically the generator will get switched on and the power supply will be going on. So end result will not be lost. Whether government power supply or the generator power supply, end result will not be stopped. So whenever you feel little that oneness is, you are not catching it, just feed this password. Immediately the oneness will open up and you will start manifesting the powers, energy, and the whole space will shift. It is directly from Sadashiva. It's a beautiful sound. I don't even want to say it's a mantra. It is not even a mantra because there is no meaning in it. You can't derive a meaning for it. It just flashed like a password for all the initiations I am giving. One single password for all the initiations I am giving. And the initiations I gave, I am giving, I will be giving for all that. This is like one password. Don't even repeat like a mantra. Just feed like a password and it will just open up. Your whole being will open up. Listen carefully. It starts with the vibration Om. Listen and then repeat. Om. Very deep. Om. Nithyananda. Nithyananda. Maha Sadashivoham.
So Bhagavan gave beautiful explanation of how you can be in Shaktipada. Visualize Paramashiva who has come down as Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam from Kailasha. Remembering Paramashiva in your third eye, again and again, bringing your awareness to your third eye simply makes you manifest powers. Absolute unclutching. How Bhagavan said, the neutral zone, nothing ever touches the screen. Like same way, the movie does not touch the screen, whether it is happening in ferocious or any soft, beautiful, nothing touches the screen. Be unclutched like the screen. And to experience the state of Paramashiva, your inner space being completely unclutched. Complete completion to experience the space of Paramashiva. Inside us, the complete completion happens when we are in tune with Paramashiva. That everything is redundant and irrelevant. The essence of completion is irrelevant. Nothing matters in your life because everything is complete completion. Oneness with Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, in ferocious breaking the boredom and tiredness, just being in the space of oneness with Paramashiva to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. Tyaga as Paramashiva is your only strength, now declaring complete integrity with Bhagavan to experience the being of Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, chanting the Mahavakya raises your frequency and that is your only strength to manifest any reality. Being in this beautiful space of Paramashiva, you can experience such a beautiful space, state, powers, and becoming the being of Paramashiva, manifesting whatever you want. Now, you'll be manifesting the powers watching the oneness capsule and chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. We'll be playing the Mahavakya and the oneness capsule for you to manifest powers. At end of the Mahavakya, you can start with the verification and sharing and causing. Thank you.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Verification process for reading a closed book. Verify no video editing is done. Verify no videos stopped or started during the process. All videos are verified with the timestamp. No peeking at the holes around the IBAN. If not, fine, please fix that so that you don't get the light into your eyes. No seeing the pages before putting on your IBAN. No clues or hints must be given to while manifestation. No Bluetooth or gadgets during power manifestation. If professional IBANs are you're wearing, then wonderful. Make sure the light does not go into your IBAN. And finally, authentically write down the words from the book which is closed and which you can see the paper very clearly and vividly in your third eye. And if it matches exactly, you're manifesting the powers of Paramashiva. If don't try to, but interpret the results. Let's make it very authentic. And thanks for participating in the power manifestation. Beautiful. We are at the end of the power manifestation, but most important part of the power manifestation. Here, we are going to share all that you have manifested with the social media groups. Here we have Sri Kailasha Kotyar manifesting power groups. Thousands of people are part of that. And you can share there and you can post your powerful cognition and the videos. The link is tinyurl.com/power manifestation. It is at the left corner of the page. You can click on it and you can post your beautiful experience in the power manifestation group. Why sharing and causing is very important part of power manifestation. Bhagavan beautifully explains that sharing is pulling us out of delusion and causing is liberating us. We are the ones who need to start experiencing the higher states of reality, how we need to exist. Beautifully, Bhagavan explains when you are sharing with others the ultimate beautiful multidimensional logic, your brain rewires into the higher space of consciousness, the Turyatita state. Again and again, when you experience even a little bit, you share with the world, your experience becomes reality. Same thing when you cause others to come and get initiated for higher reality, you are caused into the higher purpose, the ultimate reality. Bhagavan says extreme causing, extreme power manifestation is extreme causing. So beautifully he explains how our strength is declared on Paramashiva. The power manifestation happens exactly in tune to that. And sharing with the world, continuously reiterating ourselves the experience that we had from the powerful cognition and manifesting the space of Paramashiva, the state of Paramashiva, the beings of Paramashiva, we become Paramashiva. Go on sharing and causing, which is the most important part of how you have experienced your reality. When you go to a temple, we pray and we see that beautiful experience happen in us, and then share with the world that how amazing the temple experience has manifested as your reality. Same way, when you manifest powers, when you share with the world, it becomes more and more the depth cognition of you, and you will be experiencing more powers. Even if you're manifested very small, it does not matter the quantity, Bhagavan says. The quality is important. If it is authentic, please go ahead and share with the world. Do not doubt, have self doubt, self denial, self hatred come and block anything. Experience the ultimate in deep seeking and gratitude. Bhagavan manifest in you with a deep prayer, that asking Bhagavan to make this reality as your existential reality. With that, let's end with the Purna Mantra, thanking Bhagavan for all these great experience. We have come to the end of the Power Manifestation course, and we end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamadashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Parameswaram Padaka Arpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you for participating in the Jnana Paddhati, Nithyananda Jnana Paddhati course. Please go ahead and select more power manifestation and every day experience the ultimate reality for yourself. Nithyananda.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham